In rural British Columbia, there wasn't a lot to watch on TV. We received CBC out of Vancouver, which had questionable reception, and all the other channels were static. Eventually, we would get CFCN, CTV's affiliate, out of Calgary. There was no cable service in our area, and the lack of television entertainment prompted our little community to purchase a C-band satellite dish and start transmitting certain channels over the air. HBO was the great American savior to a Canadian kid bored to tears with CBC's all-star lineup of Canadian programming. Enamored with HBO's non-stop broadcast of commercial-free movies, my parents would invest in their own satellite dish, and a love affair with the cinema, although filtered through a small television set, would begin. Out of all the movies that were broadcast, there was one that stood out above the rest. Although it only received mediocre box office returns after its initial release in theaters, this film would find new life on cable TV and go on to build a cult following. The Beastmaster was played so frequently on Turner Broadcasting System and home box office that those networks were redubbed by viewers as the Beastmaster station, and hey, Beastmaster is on. Set in a time of swords, sorcery, and inadequate clothing, The Beastmaster is a delightful fantasy adventure. With a very mild PG rating, it is a great movie that the whole family can enjoy. Mark Singer is Dar, a young man gifted with the ability to communicate with animals. After his clan is slaughtered by a band of marauders, he is forced to leave his decimated village and seek justice. Along his journey, he is joined by allies both animal and human. We are first introduced to Kiri, a slave girl, played by the always exceptional Tanya Roberts, in what is arguably the film's most memorable scene. Tanya Roberts' stellar performance makes us yearn for her return whenever she is not on the screen.
Who are you?
I am Kiri, slave to the priests of the Temple of Or.
They whip you like a beast.
I am a slave. What would you have me do?
John Amos, most famous for the role of James Evans Sr. in the TV comedy classic Good Times, co-stars as Seth, a royal bodyguard who has been exiled from the kingdom of Uruk. Together, with the rightful heir to the kingdom, this intrepid band of heroes will face the forces of darkness. As Dar's quest unfolds, his hidden past and his true destiny are revealed to him when he confronts an evil warlord played by Rip Torn.
Son, I defy this false prophecy. Zed, join your lost son.
Predating the widespread use of computer imagery, the Beastmaster would rely on practical and classic optical effects. Along with the costume design, the film's pared-down visual style would show us that less is definitely more. Without modern cinema's technical prowess, the Beastmaster would create monsters and villains much more believable than the overwrought creatures seen in today's movies. As basic as the action scenes are, they give us enough excitement to keep us on the edge of our seats. Although not as dazzling by modern standards, the old-school action is a welcome reprieve from the current style of jittery camera work and obnoxious lens flare. Perhaps part of it is due to nostalgia, but as often as I have seen the film, it does not fail to delight and charm me. Beastmaster has a special place in the hearts of those that saw it as children. Who doesn't dream of a faraway land where good always triumphs over evil? People talk to animals, and beautiful women bathe topless in secluded ponds. At a time in my childhood, far away from the nearest video rental store, before digital satellite, before DVDs or Blu-ray, and before the rise of the internet, HBO, TBS, and quite possibly Cinemax kept me thoroughly entertained with multiple viewings of a little movie called The Beastmaster. Thanks for watching.